3 lesser-known facts about Jane Austen's life. Here we go. Number 1. Sense and Sensibility was Austen's first published novel in 1811, but it wasn't the first novel she sold. That would be a novel called Susan that she had finished around 1799 and sold to a publisher in 1803. That publisher didn't put the book out though, and Austen remained frustrated that the publisher had bought the rights to this book but wouldn't actually issue it. So later she ended up buying back the rights to Susan through her brother. It was issued posthumously as Northanger Abbey. Lesser fact number 2. Jane Austen did not publish books under her own name in her lifetime. Sense and Sensibility came out as By a Lady, so it was anonymous, and then Pride and Prejudice, the follow-up, came out as by the author of Sense and Sensibility, which was a common convention at the time. Anonymous publishing in this era was, in fact, kind of the norm, especially for novels. It was not unusual to do that. It did not mean that Austen was ashamed or embarrassed of her work. Austen was following an established convention, and in fact, her friends and family and even the Prince Regent knew it was her. It was sort of anonymous wink wink, we know that you actually wrote this book. Lesser known fact about Jane Austen number 3. Austen, at the time of her death, was not considered the great classic author that we know her today. She wasn't even considered the best author of her era. That would have been Maria Edgeworth, followed by Walter Scott when Austen was publishing. She continued to be read after her death. There are many reprints that you see in the Victorian era, but the big turning point was this book right here, a memoir of Jane Austen by her nephew, James Edward Austen Lee. The title page publication is 1870, though it came out in 1869 on Austen's birthday in December. This memoir encouraged a new assessment of Jane Austen as a writer right at the time when her particular brand of realism was coming into critical fashion, and it occasioned not only a new critical reappraisal, but also the first true wave of popular fandom of Jane Austen, paving the way for the icon that we know her as today. Those are my favorite lesser-known facts. What are some of your favorite lesser-known facts about Jane Austen?